Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, and I hope you guys have had a great week. I have, but I've missed you so much, and I hope you have enjoyed chatting about evolution with me. The first stage of evolution. We have much more to chat about next week. So this week we talked about the scientists' theory of the Big Bang. What happened in space when all the planets started to form? And planet Earth, our lovely third planet from the sun, you'd remember that already. Our third planet from the sun cooled down and got our one big supercontinent called Pangaea. Oops, a bit of water fell on that. So our lovely Pangaea. Now there's more water in our world than land. So the sun was shining down on that beautiful water, starting life. Life began in the sea. Well, I know we chatted about life starting on land with our volcanoes and our trees. So that's, you can decide, make up your own wee minds. So our lovely Pangaea, which was a supercontinent, just like a big forest. Can anybody remember when the sun shines down on the trees, it helps it make its own food? What's that called? Photosynthesis. You guys are little clever clogs. You really are. So our lovely Pangaea and our gorgeous ocean. 80% of the world is ocean. And in that ocean, there were cells, millions of cells. Millions. When these cells all join together, bloop, lots of sea creatures evolved. I mean, come on, I would love to take a trip back in time, in a time machine, to see a super duper cool, can anybody remember the name of this guy who used to swim at the bottom of the ocean in the Paleozoic era? And he was blind, he got no eyes. A trilobite. Well done. Like Joe's super cool trilobite fossil from Madagascar. We'll have a look at that on the map later. I'm going to test you on the map now because I'm sure you're so good at it. So our cool trilobites were in the ocean. Also, there was fish with no bones, like a jellyfish. This guy, he actually looks like a jelly. I've had a sweet like him before. He's got his little spinies coming out of him like little clay leaks, and he looked like a little worm. You wouldn't see these anymore. No, they became extinct and they evolved into something different. So our ocean was looking so cool back then, full of sea sponges and trilobites and mollusks. Don't forget our lovely mollusks, that you'd still find these today. And you definitely get sea sponges today, because I only got that one a little while ago because my other one had ripped. So that's cool. You'll still see sea sponges. This was all happening, guys, in the Paleozoic era, the very first era. Can anybody remember what's the longest living creature or sea creature from that time that's alive now? I'll give you a clue. Might sting you. A jellyfish. So jellyfish are super cool. They just go with the flow all day long. I mean, they've got no, you could remember, they got no eyes, they've got no heart, they've got no lungs, but they don't need any of that. They're so cool. They just go with the flow, floating along, breathing through their super thin skin. Now, I love my moon jelly. Do we remember anything about the moon jelly? The moon jellyfish? His tentacles have 5,000 stinging cells in them. Ow! Ooh, he's a sore one. But they don't harm humans. No. The box jellyfish is the most dangerous. He would harm you. So my lovely moon jellyfish, who's eaten by the people in China as a jellyfish dish. Does anybody remember The jellyfish that's immortal, that can live forever, unless he's gobbled by a shark or a sea turtle. The Turritopsis dohrnii. Yes, he's got a lovely red belly and he's the size of my baby nail. He's teeny weeny. They're tiny and they would sting you. Then a lovely jellyfish evolved. The sea was beginning to become really full with all these sea creatures and our gorgeous ammonites. Can everyone remember Jojo's lovely ammonite fossil that was found in New Zealand? Do you remember that? Now the ammonites were cool. They were like the first shellies. And they had a lovely tube inside their shell called a siphuncle that used to push them along. And if he got eaten, he would get eaten. His shell was left behind, which went into the ground and became a fossil that was found by a paleontologist in New Zealand. So that's cool. So our ammonites were in the sea around this time in the Paleozoic era. And does anyone remember where Jojo showed you the biggest ammonite? Well, it's probably not the biggest one ever, but it's pretty big. It was found in Germany. So that's cool. And yesterday I had so much fun doing my bubble wrap starfish and I got some really cool pictures. So well done. And I'm still getting solar system pictures. Jessie, Axel, good job. Yours looks amazing. And Jack and Chloe in Dublin, yours looks amazing too. And Jojo's starfish bubble wrap came out really cool. So our lovely starfish, it was around in the Paleozoic era with his 5 arms. This guy has 5 arms. Some have 40. Yeah, can you believe that? My own is 5. This is a common starfish. If you went to different parts of the world, especially, can anyone remember where's the most starfish? We did that sound yesterday. For India. Well done. I'm going to check you guys on your map because I just think you're little explorers and your map skill amazing. There we go. Good morning, map. Good morning, map. How many continents have we got? I don't need to count them anymore. I know you guys can tell me. 7. North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Antarctica. Don't forget Australia. Cool. Hi, Bugsy, and my lovely little bunny. So does anyone remember the coolest thing I told you yesterday about New Zealand? New Zealand is the first country to see the sunrise, and it was the home of Sir Edmund Hillary, the first man to climb Mount Everest. Can anybody find Mount Everest on Jojo's map? I'll give you a wee second. Try and go find it. If you're pointing over here, well done. In China. Did everyone remember that? I'm so proud of you. Who knows where actually Mauna Kea is? Remember we talked about Mauna Kea? Which is a volcano taller than Mount Everest if you measured it from the bottom of the sea. Hawaii is over here, all on its little own, having a lovely time. I'd love to go there and swim with the dolphins. Can anybody find Germany? Germany is in our continent in Europe. There's Germany there. Germany. Well done. And can anybody find the country with the most starfish in the world? I'll give you a clue. It's got a little teardrop beside it, which is a country called Sri Lanka. There we go. India. And we did I yesterday. I for India. You guys, your mapping is amazing. And Jojo's trilobite. Does anyone remember where that came from? Madagascar. Does anyone know where Madagascar is on our map? I'll give you a clue if you haven't found it already. It's Beside Africa, there's Africa. There's Madagascar. Look, once upon a time it was in there, attached. Does anyone know what made that move? It wasn't me. It was the plate tectonics. And as I was looking at the map yesterday, you can see like lots of places have separated apart. And I think in millions of more years, maybe Africa might be down here even more. See, you never know. So the plate tectonics have moved our continents. There used to be one called Pangea. I'm so proud of you guys. It was great studying the very first era of time, the Paleozoic era. So around this time, the oceans were so full. Now, this was 541 million years ago, and the oceans became so packed with all of the sea creatures. Gosh, they were bumping into each other, and life under there was busy. So Mother Nature decided, we need to do something about this. So the animals are the sea creatures. As they were swimming, they'd often go up to the surface and take a breath and go back down and up again. Go back down. It's like, whoa, what's out there? They started to develop lungs. Yes, they did. So the sea creatures were able to come out of the water and onto land. So our first era is about life in the sea, the Paleozoic era, and at the end of this era, the animals, lots of sea animals, developed lungs and they started evolving so they could come out of the water, get a break from in there, and they started to live on the land, on the beautiful Pangea land. There was huge ones, there was small ones. Amphibians can live in the water and on the land. So some of these reptiles started to grow bigger and bigger. And we know what evolved then. The dinosaurs. So that's what we're going to be talking about next week. The Mesozoic era. So this week we've studied the Paleozoic era. We're life in the sea. Now that life got so busy down in that sea, they needed to come up and get some air. Mother Nature gave them their lovely lungs. And life began on the land with the big, small reptiles at the first, and then they started to evolve into the dinosaurs. So I can't wait to chat to you about that next week. So let's practice our sounds. Yesterday we did A. There's Bugsy again. Hi Bugsy. He's a free little bunny. So today we're going to learn a new sound. Sorry about that for a second. So today's new sound is going to be... Now, what made me think of today? When I woke up this morning, it was really early, and I looked out my window, and it was so foggy. I actually couldn't even see anything. It was super foggy. So we're going to do for fog. For fog, here we go. This is how, and I'm going to use the same page, guys, because I'm recycling. I don't want our lovely rainforests to be chopped down. There's only 7% of the world of rainforest left. And that is so sad. This is how we do for fire, for fox. Can you guys think of any words with friends? We miss our friends. Won't be long, guys. So let's make a lovely word with our sound of today. Can anyone find? Well done. So when Joe woke up today, there was a fog outside. So we're going to make the word fog. Can anyone find a? Well done. F-A-G. Fog. Golden girl we need. G. There she is. Fog. Can anyone think of a word that rhymes with fog? Fog. Dog. Why don't we try the word dog? Duh. We need Dippy Duck. Duh. What else do we need? Sounds like fog. we need an and a g. Og. And g. Dog. Dog. Fog. Dog. Log. How about log? Can anyone find Lucy Lamplight? Good job. Can anyone find... does anyone know what comes next? So we've got fog, dog, log. So we need an and a g again. Cool. And a g. Log. Fog, dog, log, bog. How about a bog? So can anyone find Bouncy Ben? Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. B. Now we need to find a. And we need another g, don't we? Bug. There we go. So we've made 4 words that all sound the same. Fog, dog, log, bog. Can you guys think of any other words that sound like that? Have a little try. Maybe you can text me on Mummy's phone. So that is super duper, guys. It's Jelly Friday. I don't have any jellies to give you guys. So go and ask Mummy. Please, Mummy, can I have a lovely jelly? Because Joe's about to do a story. Okay, Jelly Friday. Story time. I had a lovely story about a fog for you, but I'm after leaving it down somewhere and I can't find it. So, are you guys okay if I did this one again? The Little Lost Deer? Because I'm after leaving my fog one up in my house and I don't want to go back in. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Unless it's here. No, not to worry. So the little deer who was lost, and fog has fallen all around them with the extra snow. Yes. Little lost deer. Silver and Sparkle were racing through the woods. I'm winning, called Silver. But suddenly he stopped and Sparkle bumped into him. Ow! Look, gasped Silver. It's shimmering white flakes drifting from the sky. They landed on Sparkle's nose. It's cold. Silver caught one on his tongue. It's too wet. I think it's snow. It's beautiful, just like Mummy said, and it's fun. Let's play. I'd love that. I love the snow. Soon the sky was full of snowflakes. Silver chased them and Sparkle flickered them with her tail. As the snow settled, Silver kicked up little flurries and made little footprints. After a while, the snowflakes stopped falling. A blanket of snow was covered on everything. I feel like I'm walking in the clouds. That's exactly what fog is, guys. Clouds that have fallen. The twins started to explore. Look, Sparkle, berries. Mother Nature's put them there from the lovely robins love berries, don't they? It looks like a hat. Silver shook the snow off. Oh, I can make it snow too. Soon they came to a little clearing at the top of the gently slope. Rescue! But as Silver went to go down, his feet skidded and slipped. Whoosh! Be careful, cried Sparkle. But by the time Silver reached the bottom, he was laughing so hard. That was brilliant. I want to do it again. Wait for me, called Sparkle. And they slid down together, giggling all the way. It was so much fun. They did it again and again and again and again, exactly what I would do. They didn't notice more snow was falling. I think it's time to go home, said Silver. Sparkle looked around. Oh, which way is home? All their hoof prints were covered in by the snow. Uh-oh. Don't be scared. I think it's this way. The little deer began to walk through the snow. It was very deep, very cold and very heavy. But after a while they came to a clearing. We're going round in circles, cried Sparkle. We're actually lost. They looked around, wondering which way to go. Uh-oh, they saw a shadow coming towards them. Phew. Mummy! You can follow in my footprints, said Mummy. It will be easier for you to walk that way. Suddenly they saw a strange shape. Oh, what's that? Don't worry, said Mummy. It's a snowman. Carrots. Silver reached up to take it. Oops! The snowman's hat slid onto Sparkle's head. Now you've got a real hat. And when they reached home, he shared the last carrot. It's really nice to share with your family. At bedtime, Silver and Sparkle snuggled up with Mummy. I love snow, said Sparkle. I love snow too, said Mummy. Look how it sparkles with the lovely moonlight. The moon is so bright, isn't it, guys? Have you seen the moon last night? It's not a full moon yet, so that's kind of cool. The twins stared at each other in surprise. You gave us snow names, Mummy. Sparkle and Silver. That's because I love you. The end. I hope you enjoyed your little story. Sorry I hadn't got the other one. Goosey Lucy. And next week, we're going to talk about what happened when the sea creatures developed their lungs and came out onto the land. It's going to be so exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So see you next week, guys, and happy Friday. Mwah. Au revoir. I love you.